one of the biggest complaints that people have is that there's a lack of hip hop, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But the first thing I want to say, the biggest disappointment for me in the 2023 lineup is the lack of Mexican artists on this. 2018 was the first time that we had like something different. Los Angeles Azules came into Coachella, bro. And that was like a Mexican legend. You know, cumbias. Everyone likes cumbias. Los Angeles Azules playing Coachella. That was cool. It was a cool experience. Then 2019 was Los Tucanes de Tijuana. I was like, oh shit, we're really bringing it. Now, Los Tucanes were invited because of La Chona Challenge on TikTok. And then we fast forward to 2022. There's another big jump in the Mexican culture. We have Grupo Firme playing at the main stage like a 7 p.m. crazy, like one of the best sets of the weekend. We have Natanael Cano, the first Sierreño in Coachella's history. I'm like, oh shit, they're really bringing it. Mexicans make up a huge part of Southern California's culture, Southern California demographics. It's a lot of Mexicans in this bitch working all the fields, working, you know, all kinds of construction jobs or just regular jobs, I guess. There's just a lot of Mexicans. I'm not saying Latinos. There's a lot of Mexicans in Southern California. We're close to the border. This used to be part of Mexico. Whatever. I don't want to get into that. We're finally getting representation in Coachella, and I was like, oh, that's sick. Coachella's Latino now. Banda MS was there last year too. And now Banda MS had a song on Call of Duty, bro. Like, just think about that. Like a banda on the biggest video game in the world. I was shocked, bro. I was like, what? There's no Mexican legends. No actual big Mexican artists. The only ones were Danny Lux, which is a 17 or 18-year-old kid that grew up in Palm Springs. And then we have Conexión Divina, which is also young girls playing Sierreño out of LA. But what about like Fuerza Regida, like who's just dropped 2 albums, was number 1 on the charts? Nothing. Where's Junior H? Where's, you know, Ángel Aguilar? Where's any legends like Banda El Recodo? What happened? Like, did we take a step backwards? Like, I don't understand why there's not at least one like big Mexican artist on this. You guys let me know in the comments. I was completely shocked. That's the music that I listen to the most. In the next couple months, I'm gonna be researching all the artists, you know, and trying to see what kind of music we're having. There's artists from Nigeria, there's artists from Korea, Argentina, there's artists from everywhere, all over the world. This is a global festival. This is the global festival. The most talk is gonna, you guys, yeah. If you know. I don't have to preaching to the choir. Coachella is the biggest festival in the world. Now, the second disappointment that I had was where's all the big hip hop acts? Now, there's not a lot of, there's some big names. You know, Pusha T's pretty well known for a long time. Where's, you know, last year we had Big Sean, we had Baby Keem, he brought out Kendrick, we had Brockhampton. 2019 was like Kid Cudi, he brought out Kanye, and we had Kanye Sunday Service. We had Wiz Khalifa, YG, Baby. Last year, you know, the last few years, you know, just some of the biggest names. And you could go back to Drake in 2015. You go back to 2012 with Kendrick Lamar. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And then they brought out Kendrick Lamar and they brought out Eminem. You had Eminem in 2018. 2019 also, Childish Gambino was a headliner. 2018 we had Eminem. And 2017 we had Kendrick Lamar. And now there's like none. So the reason why there's not a lot of hip hop artists, it's not because Coachella didn't want to book them. It's actually Rolling Loud who fucked over Coachella, by the way. So Rolling Loud LA takes place on March 2nd and 3rd, I believe, like a month before Coachella happens. And now Coachella, they have this thing called a radius clause. Basically, it makes Coachella an exclusive festival for like 5 months out of the year. Anybody that's going to be playing in Coachella in April, from December, January, February, March, April, the artists that are going to be on the lineup, they can't perform anywhere on the radius clause, which is like all Southern California, some Nevada, some Phoenix, anywhere that's in the surrounding areas. They don't want anybody performing at these places to be at the festival because it's like, that's what makes Coachella great. Like, you only get to catch your favorite artist during Coachella if you're trying to see them in this region, you know? Instead of being like back in December like it was in 2019, they literally moved their festival till 2023 in March, a month before Coachella. So now it's like, boom, we're taking all the hip hop acts. They have Future, they have Travis Scott, I think Lil Wayne, I don't remember, but they have like everybody, bro. Like, it's now Coachella's scrambling like, oh shit, Rolling Loud has everybody. Who are we going to get as a hip-hop act? And I think that's what ended up happening. I think this is the first year Rolling Loud has done this. So I think next year Coachella will start booking the hip-hop acts ahead of time. There's an early prediction for 2024. Last year we predicted Bad Bunny. I said Bad Bunny was going to be at Coachella like easily. I predicted the Blackpink was going to be back as a headliner. I didn't think this fast. I thought maybe 2025, but they brought them back already. That's cool. But the next headliner is going to be Travis Scott and Rage Against the Machine. They're on the original 2020 poster. Early prediction, Rage Against the Machine won because They were already scheduled to play in 2020. They were supposed to go on tour in 2023, but they canceled all their dates because I think someone got hurt. I don't know the details. But Rage Against the Machine, they still want to satisfy the fans, and they love to come during a political year. So next year will be the elections again. So Rage Against the Machine. And then Travis Scott was supposed to be in the 2020 lineup. He was supposed to be in the 2022 lineup, but Coachella had to drop him out because he was still dealing with the controversy. Can't have Travis Scott. So now 2024, after 2 years have gone by since the tragedy that happened in Houston, hopefully his performance in Rolling Loud is amazing. I kind of want to go to Rolling Loud just to watch Travis Scott, bro, but I don't got money like that because it's tough now. I feel like money doesn't go as far anymore. It's crazy. So yeah, Travis Scott and Rage Against the Machine 2024. Now, I got a lot of people saying they're not going to go to Coachella this year, or some people are on the fence. From my experience, I've been going to Coachella for 10 years. You have to go to Coachella, bro. There's just no festival like it. I've been to so many festivals, but there's nothing like the Polo Fields. The Polo Fields are just magic. If you're watching this and you're on the fence about going to Coachella, if you already have a ticket, go to Coachella. It's going to be worth it. I know you're right now skeptical, and right now you're saying, I don't know about these artists, but you have 4 months to find out what artists you want to watch. Do some research. It's fun. New year, you get to listen to new music. Literally just start exploring new music. And that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel as well over the next few months. I'll be dropping, I don't know how many artists per episode, but I'll be going over some of the artists I don't know. First reaction, I'll tell you guys my opinion, watch some of their sets on YouTube, and getting deep in there so that way, you expand your reach. And then the artists that you do know, Gorillaz. If you're going to, Gorillaz, Calvin Harris, he's got hits with everybody. Frank Ocean doesn't perform. He doesn't drop music. He's kind of like a recluse. I was kind of hating on Frank Ocean on the last video, but it was more I don't think he's headliner material when you have people like Gorillaz and Calvin Harris under him. I feel like Gorillaz and Calvin Harris are way bigger than Frank Ocean. So that's just my opinion, but also it's actually facts too. I think more people know Calvin Harris and Gorillaz than they do Frank Ocean worldwide, Frank Ocean is rare because he doesn't have social media. He doesn't post. He doesn't drop music. He's just that old artist used to have. So Beyonce, she drops music, does this, and then she goes ghost. You don't see Beyonce for a long time until she drops something, Michael Jackson used to do that before social media. You didn't know what artists were up to until they dropped music. They start doing press releases or going on tour. So he's kind of like a traditional artist. So that's dope. Frank Ocean, you'll get the Frank Ocean performance. Who's the third headliner? I forgot already. Oh, Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny is going to put on one of the best sets. You know how we look back and look at Beyonce's 2018 performance, or we look back at Daft Punk in 2006, 2005, the greatest, the birth of EDM mainstream wise. Bad Bunny's going to do one of those performances that's going to be talked about for years. Just sell it out. 100,000 people in Puerto Rico. These stadiums just sold out. He's doing stadium tours, bro. Stadium tours going into the main stage at Coachella. Bad Bunny's gonna go crazy. #1 album in the world, #1 album streamed in the world. He's the biggest artist in the world, so Bad Bunny's gonna bring a party. Even if you don't I don't know how you not like Bad Bunny. I understand you don't like him as a character, but his music is vibes, bro. It makes you want to dance. It's fun. It's groovy. The lyrics are cool. It's fun. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. If you don't like Bad Bunny, I can't change your mind of who you like. Whenever I look at an artist, I used to go to Coachella and be like, oh, okay, cool. I know this artist. I know the one song they play. Let me go watch it. And it was a shift last year because last year, on weekend 2, I was by myself for Friday and Saturday. I didn't go with the group. I went with the group, but then I went on my own and I was just exploring by myself, bro. I was in the trenches. I went into mosh pits. Saturday was one of my funnest Coachella days ever. Boom, watching emo night, and then I started exploring. I ran into some friends. Then I went by myself to Turnstile. I ditched I was by myself, and I went to Turnstile to the last 20 minutes of Turnstile, a band I had never heard of, and I just literally went into the mosh pit. I had towards the end of the set, then I walked from there, made my way to the Do Lab. I didn't even know who was playing, and I was just exploring different music and just catching these vibes. And that's what it is. It's go with an open mind. You're going to explore artists that you never thought of. Turnstile, this rock band, I had no idea who they were, but I had the best time. And I understand, you like your style of music. We all like different styles of music. These artists are curated by Golden Voice and Coachella and the team. There's thousands of man hours that go into curating a lineup. So when you go watch that set, a lot of people like to watch the headliners because it's the headliner, once in a lifetime opportunities. Oh, I don't want to see Blackpink. And that's cool. If there's another artist at the same time that you're going to go explore, go do that. So last year during Harry Styles, I was hating on Harry Styles last year. I didn't really care about his music. I was like, Harry Styles, bro, like it's for kids. It's not for me. Weekend one, I watched him at the beer garden. We were exhausted after the first day. I think we had finished watching Big Sean, and we sat down with our group. We were right there at the beer garden, just chilling in the grass, watching the end of the first night, Harry Styles. And it was cool. Like, it's like, oh, cool, whatever. Nothing crazy. Nothing spectacular. But weekend two, I ended up going weekend two, and that's when I was by myself. So weekend two, I went into the crowd. So I wasn't in the beer garden, like, far back. Like, I just made my way to the front because I was going to meet a friend, the outdoor theater, who was watching King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard, or something like that. So my homie Tom Nash, shout out Tom Nash. He has a unofficial Coachella podcast. I think he's going to be dropping podcast soon. So to the main stage. So I went to the main stage. Harry Styles was already playing. And I just kept going forward. And then I'm like, oh, shit, like, my mind was completely open. Like, there's people doing dance choreographies. There's people just having the best time, just being so happy. And I'm like, that's what Harry Styles is. Like, he's here to throw a fun party for the people that want to enjoy fun music. I'm not gonna go home and stream Harry Styles. Like, I have not listened to one Harry Styles song, but when you're there watching it live, there's like a live music and he's dancing and the crowd is singing along, and then like the lights, and I'm like, wow, this dude puts on a good show. Like, this is fun. There's people around me having the best time. There's people crying. There's people that this is their biggest moment of their lives. And that's the energy that's in the field. Like, just fun, open. Like, that's the approach that you should go into Coachella. So, yes, you might not know Blackpink, or you might not like Frank Ocean. You might not like Bad Bunny. But Bad Bunny is going to put on an amazing set where you're going to watch that set, like, objectively, just so much fun is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you're going to catch a bad set. I don't want to say that. Some people, like Drake 2015 was kind of mean. Just go to Coachella with an open mind that these people are going to put on an amazing set. Last year, too, I went to see Stromae. Stromae out of Belgium was here at Coachella for the first time since like 2017. And I was like, oh shit, Megan Thee Stallion was in the main stage. And I went to see Stromae at the outdoor theater. Like, I didn't even see Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't even care about Megan Thee Stallion. And there's some people that Megan Thee Stallion was their favorite set. And my favorite set was Stromae because I was surrounded by like French people. I was surrounded by people speaking French around me. I was like, oh shit, I took French in high school. Don't speak a lot of French. Je parle un peu de français. I don't know if I said it right. Sick, one of the sickest sets I've ever seen. Just have that experience, bro. Like, versus other people experience Megan Thee Stallion, and we both had an amazing night at Coachella, and that's what it's all about. Like, there's 8 stages. There's artists playing at the same time. There's something for you. Just have an open mind. That's the message. Just have an open mind, have an open heart. If you already have the ticket, it's gonna be worth it. What are you gonna do with this? If you have $500 for entertainment, you have $500 ticket for entertainment. You're not going to get better entertainment at Rolling Loud even. Rolling Loud, it's cool. It's all hip hop and it's fun. It's fun too. That's a whole other experience. But it's not going to be as fun as at Coachella, Like, Metro Boomin might bring out Drake. He might bring out Travis Scott for a performance. Like, some of the shit that's like Baby Keem bringing out Kendrick last year was crazy. These surprise guests, like, I think, was it Harry Styles? Or no, Billie Eilish brought up the girl from Paramore. You go into the Yuma tent and watch Idris Elba, like an A-list Hollywood celebrity DJing at the Yuma tent, bro. Like, what? Like, it makes, you know what I'm saying? It's like so unique. There's going to be a 3D hologram show by Eric Prids. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. There's going to be a 3D hologram show that you probably don't get to experience anywhere, Like, where are you going to go watch a full production in the desert with a crazy light show with like holograms and like all these other DJs? Or Calvin Harris probably gonna do something. So I think Calvin Harris is playing on Saturday, according to the Coachella app. When you look up by artist, it says Calvin Harris playing Saturday, and Calvin Harris might close out the night right after them, just to end the night on a crazy like light show and just fun music. Last time Calvin Harris brought out Rihanna, she came out on the top of the stage and she played Titanium. Is it Titanium? I forgot. Rihanna came out as a guest and Sam Smith came out as a guest. So Calvin Harris is going to bring out some A-list celebrities as guests, and we're all going to be dancing in the field. Like, even that set, that 1 hour of Calvin Harris, is how much money is that worth somewhere else? Like, you won't get that experience, but like even Calvin Harris at another set, at another venue, at another festival. I mean, that's all I gotta say, bro. Like, Coachella's, if you've been to Coachella, you know how magical it is. Even just like walking around and just being surrounded by 100,000 people. Where in the world will you ever be surrounded by 125,000 people from all over the world. You literally meet people from all over the world, bro. It's insane. We're all here just catching vibes, bro. It's like, I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video, because it was like biggest disappointments. But this is just me talking. This is me. This is like me talking to you guys. Just enjoy the festival. It's gonna be amazing. I'll see you guys at Coachella.